is nothing but the response of an insane society to a sane mind. So now, what causes the troubles in the mind? Let's start with the cognitive behavioral therapy theory. The theory is that we carry certain core beliefs. So I'm going to make this very short and crisp. So core beliefs means we may actually feel that I will never be understood. This is one example. I am never ever going to be understood. Wrong belief, of course. There may be another core belief, another example, that I am not made for this world. I don't have it in me. There may be another core belief that I am not able to get along with anyone. So these kind of wrong belief systems are formed by human beings as they grow from childhood, and they're exposed to their family, and they're exposed to their neighbors, and they're exposed to their colleagues at school, the experiences they gather on the way, the traditions that their culture imposes upon them. So core beliefs are formed. Like you could have a core belief that my dad is never going to understand me, because we're going back to Sigmund Freud. And these core beliefs are what constitutes error in thinking. Thinking then gives rise to emotions. Emotions is how you feel. So when people think about their past, generally all of us, when I say people, this is meant for the normal human being, you, me and everybody. This is not mental illness. This is what goes into creating trouble in the mind. So whenever we all think of the past, we have certain guilt. Maybe I didn't look after my father enough, or maybe I should have studied a little better. So you have guilt, you have shame, you have depressions built out of past episodes, which did not go well with you. Like you may have been humiliated, or you may have felt humiliated without anybody humiliating you, and that may be part of your psyche, and that may give rise to a repression. कि मेरे साथ तो ऐसा ही होगा. So your past feelings of guilt, repression, shame, etc. from your past. Feelings about the future. What do we have to think about the future? Well, there should be optimism, but a lot of it is also thoughts of fear. What if I don't make it? What if things go wrong? You could get to the point of abnormal thinking. You could get paranoid. Maybe मेरा accident होने वाला है. I'm going to die by 40. So many people say this. I'm not going to live beyond 40. So you could have fears, irrational fears about the future. We all have it. Again, I'm emphasizing, this is not mental illness. These are just deviations of the mind. You could have, like I'm now I'm going to use the word lust. What is lust? Lust is disproportionate desire compared to what you think your ability is. So let us say if your ability is to run 5 kilometers and you develop a desire that I will run 60 kilometers marathon, then it would classify a little bit as excessive desire. Now excessive desire is capable of giving rise to a lot of turmoil. Like maybe you have difficulty in passing your grades, and you are thinking that you will crack the UPSC. So now this is going to give rise to a lot of trouble in the mind, a lot of turmoil, and a lot of speculation. So thoughts about the future like this give rise to turmoil. Then your frustrations could manifest in either anger. A lot of us are, in fact, in all of us, things don't go the way we want. Conversations don't go the way we want. Promotions don't come the way we want. And you want to go, to an Audi showroom and you want to buy an Audi, and on the way you have an accident. So you see, now you wonder, like instead of landing inside in front of the steering wheel of the Audi, you landed in the orthopedic surgery. So frustrations can give rise to anger, or you could just simply become quiet and depressed. Depressions can then give rise to violent behavior. You could snap at a loved one while asked a trivial question, simply because it's a sensitive topic. Similarly, on the downside, you have pessimism. You are extremely pessimistic about things. You feel कुछ नहीं होगा. Like when I'm doing this, लेकिन कुछ नहीं होगा. My promotion is about to come, but it may not come through at all. And my new boss is going to come, and he's not going to get along with me. So you could be pessimistic. So these are now we covered thought, core beliefs, we covered emotions, how you react. And this in turn, when pessimism becomes too much, then you become depressed. In other words, you can't sleep, you can't work, you can't perform, and you can't do your regular activities. When frustration becomes too much, or rather when you think it is more very emotional, very angry, very upset, very liable. So labile, very labile, not liable. So all these kind of manifestations could come in excess of what? Now, how do we define excess? When you are not able to do your routine, when you are not able to relate normally to your dear ones, when you are not able to get along with every colleague who crosses your way, and you are not able to give your average performance in your workspace, then you know that something is wrong. It's gone overboard. It doesn't mean that you are mentally ill. All of us have mental illness plaguing us. That's the reason we are not smiling all the time. If you see a baby smiles 60 times in 24 hours or maybe more. But human beings have, that formal smile. You see someone who smiles like that. Okay. The smile doesn't reach your eyes, it doesn't touch your heart. It's just a formal. So all of us essentially have some degree or a lot of degree of mental discord. But when it becomes too much, and then we are not able to perform our regular duties, then you can term this as illness. Now this will manifest in behavior, and abnormal behavior is out of the way for your personality. So if an angry man who's shouting all the time suddenly becomes quiet, something is wrong. If a quiet man suddenly becomes angry, something is wrong. So discourteous behavior, ill discipline, ignoring yourself, not taking care of yourself, not bathing, not grooming yourself. So all these kind of things, it would manifest it. Now coming to what can be done, because I believe we are running short of time. So what can be done, answering Ms. Bharti? One and the most important one-line summary of Zen. Zen is how Buddhism evolved when it passed through to Japan. Actually, evolved is also again wrong word, because Buddha himself was very evolved. But how it changed its language. Not one moment into the future, not one moment into the past, but when you are just here in this moment, observing, relishing and enjoying, that is Zen. So when I sit here and I think, okay, now I have to head back, I have to get back in the traffic. See, I have already time traveled. When I sit back and I think, okay, what in the morning there were certain things that upset me, or I couldn't finish my assignments in the morning, I have traveled back into the past. But when I sit here and I look at this beautiful moment of COVID, when finally we are back to conferencing, where there are these nice ladies, from Chennai, from Hyderabad, and from just next door, and now I am right back into the present moment. And in this present moment, I forget the fact that I may have cervical spondylosis, or I may have peptic ulcer, or I might need to see my doctor the next moment, or I might have had a tiff, with my wife in the morning, which was not true. So the moment I come into the present with these ladies and leave the thoughts of my wife behind, again, don't get me wrong, that moment I am in Zen. So Zen is like a profound sneeze, where you just throw out every damn thing that clogs your thinking. And when I say clogs your thinking, means thoughts should move, but they should not stagnate. The moment you stagnate or ruminate, it becomes worry. So the whole idea of mental exercise or mindfulness is just to sit down in the moment, leave your past behind, leave your future behind, and keep looking. Look, see the colors around, see the expressions of people around, hear, see what they are talking, enjoy the content of speech, speak, think and speak, you are relating. So thinking, hearing, speaking, enjoying movement and basically relishing the present moment and what it offers is just good enough for you to cultivate mental health. I'll just pass over to India.
Thank you, Dr. Rao.